Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, a 15-foot ladder is leaning on a wall. The base of the ladder is 5 feet from the wall as shown in the picture. What is the length from the base of the wall to the top of the ladder? So what is it that I'm looking for? I'm looking for this length, right? But the length that I'm looking for is from the base of the wall to the top of the ladder, right? So basically, this is what I'm looking for. That distance. Don't worry about the whole picture going all the way up, okay? That's the only thing that I'm looking for right now. Luckily for us, they're already giving us a picture and they have labels, right? Now, I'm hoping that you guys can actually see the right triangle there, right? If you can see the right triangle, that will be a plus for us, right? Because now, if I do a right triangle, I am going to highlight these two with the same color. And I hope that you understand why. The reason why I'm highlighting those two with the same color is because those two are the ones who make my right angle here. Let me put a different color. You see the right angle here? Okay, so remember that the two sides who make my right angle will be called legs, and they become my A and my B. Okay, so that's something that we need to remember. And where is this coming from? Well, this is coming from the formula for the Pythagorean theorem. Remember that anytime that you see a right triangle, please think about the Pythagorean theorem right away, okay? And the formula for that is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, okay? So what I want to do next is, of course, let's identify A, B, and C. So we said earlier that A and B are the legs, and the legs make my right angle. So I highlighted them green. So this is A, this will be B for me. Now remember, A and B can interchange. I can say, for example, that B is 5. And if you guys do that, we will get the same answer. Okay? So if you want the challenge, go ahead and label your picture differently than mine. Just put B for 5 and A for the height that I'm looking for. Now, the one that you got to make sure that you write the same than me is 15. And that is my C. Okay, that is my hypotenuse. Remember, hypotenuse is that distance that is right across my right angle, right here. You see that? Right across the right angle, that's my C. So let's go ahead and start replacing values. So A is going to be 5, and it is feet. I'm just going to write down my number 5. I can either write parentheses or not. It's up to you. Okay? So B, it's going to be just like that. And C is going to be my 15 to the second power. I don't need to put parentheses. Like I said, it's up to you. In this question, I am not going to use parentheses, but we agree and we all know that 5 is the one that is being raised to the second power. So 5 squared is 25 plus B squared, and 15 squared gives me 225. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay? Now, focus on the B squared. I need to isolate, I need to let B stay by itself. So this is an equation, guys. All I gotta do now is I need to remove the 25. Okay? So the way that I'm gonna remove 25 is by actually subtracting 25 on both sides. Remember, whatever you do on one side, you do it to the other side. Okay, so notice how there's only two things that I replaced. A was replaced by the 5, and I did write it to the second power. Okay, now C is the other one that I know. The only thing that I did not know value for that, it's B. That's why B, I'm just bringing it down. Okay, so be careful with that. So let's continue. So 25 minus 25 is 0, so it cancels. So I'm going to bring down B squared, and 225 minus 25 is 200. But that's not the answer, because notice how B in my problem has a second power. You see that? And on my picture, B has no second power. So remember, 200 cannot be my answer. So what I'm going to do next is, don't forget, you always need to get rid of the power. So I need to find the square root on both sides. So my square root and my power cancels each other, and I get B equals, and if you input in the calculator 200 and you find me the square root of 200, you will get 14.14, an approximation. The units that I'm using, it's feet. So I will write down 14.14 feet. Okay, so my answer for this, let's look at the answer choices. It's going to be letter A. Okay, now what I want to go back is, I'm going to come back and I'm going to write down the answer here just so that I can show you something. So this is 14.14 feet. Compare the three sides of the triangle. A is 5, B is 14.14 feet, C is 15. And we agree that C is always going to be your largest side. Okay, so it kind of makes sense because 15, it is the largest number from the other two. Okay, so that will be my answer.